Hey everyone, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. It is Saturday, December 15th. Hope your weekend is going well. Hope you're holding strong. Not too many news items to cover. So, what I want to do is talk about my predictions for 2019 because, as we've been discussing, there's a plethora of launches and dates and services that are going to be launched in 2019 and big events that are coming up. And really, with the market bottoming out right now and capitulation taking place, it's kind of working in parallel with the infrastructure that's been built out this year and the launches that are scheduled for next year. So market bottoming out while all these services are getting ready to launch. And as the market bottoms out, it then presents the opportunity for it to go back up. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be a parabolic move, but it could be a slow, steady growth back up. But with all the big events and launches scheduled for 2019, we could see the start of a bull run. So I want to cover that, and I'm going to show you the sources. I'm going to publish a blog post on my website, thinkingcrypto.com, with all these respective dates and launches, as well as the sources of the news. So you have that, something you can reference and make sure that you're aware as an investor. Now, obviously, this is not financial or investment advice. So just to recap here, as mentioned, the market, I believe personally, is in the process of bottoming out. A lot is selling off. A lot of weekends have left the market. I believe capitulation is taking place now. I don't think we've fully hit the bottom yet. Personally, I believe that when Bitcoin hits around 2,500, maybe that's where we hit the bottom, but I could be wrong. I don't think anyone can accurately predict that, right? But I think just looking at the charts and seeing how things are moving, I think it could go lower for sure. We also know right now the SEC has been going after exchanges and ICOs, right? Fining some of them, issuing fines, and also making some of these ICOs register as securities. And they've been doing that, and they've released their ICO guide. So they're making steps towards getting this done. We also see that Congress is introducing some bills to protect crypto investors as well as to help the market grow. And through this bottoming out, a lot of the scams and low quality ICOs and projects have been getting weeded out. The market is being cleansed of those things. And that's definitely good because obviously if you want big money to get in, you want the SEC to approve a Bitcoin ETF, they have to get rid of all the scams, they have to stop the manipulation. And there is manipulation going on, of course. We've talked a bit about this, where, for example, exchanges may inflate their volume to make it look like, something is trading higher than it actually is. So there's a lot of, shady stuff happening. So I think we're in the, the bottoming out, but also the cleansing phase, and the SEC is doing some of that. Now, to the important 2019 launch dates and news and events here. And some of this we've talked a bit about. Some of it might be new to you guys, and I'm sure I miss definitely a few. There's definitely some others because crypto is global, and we're seeing countries and stock exchanges and different banks across the globe, guys, are getting ready to launch their services in 2019. The first that we know that will be, as far as a front runner in 2019, is Bakkt. So Bakkt will be launching, if you guys recall, they delayed their launch from November to January 24th, 2019. This was, of course, we heard it directly from the CEO, where they talked a bit about here. Given the volume of interest in Bakkt and work required to get all the pieces in place, we will now be targeting January 24th, 2019 for our launch to ensure that our participants are ready to trade on day one. They are, of course, the custody service and the institutional trading service, but also for retail investors, exchange, and they're going to have physically backed Bitcoin ETF. Physically backed Bitcoin futures. So not just on paper, but they have actual Bitcoin that they've been, of course, accumulating, and they're going to provide, the warehousing for it, the custody service. And of course, we know ICE is involved here, the parent company of the New York Stock Exchange, Starbucks, where using the Bakkt app, you can go into a Starbucks and purchase coffee or whatever products in Starbucks. And it won't be a direct crypto transaction. It will be a crypto to fiat to Starbucks transaction. But this is a great step in the process moving forward of adoption. Microsoft is also part of this. So once again, this is going to be the front runner here. Then we have the SEC has set the final review date for the Bitcoin ETF, the VanEck, as well as CBOE, and I believe the SolidX for February 27th, 2019. So that was delayed as well. And the SEC, like I said, they're right now doing some cleansing of the market, right? And in a notice posted online, the securities regulators said it was extending the review period for the ETF to February 27, 2019. So that could, of course, if they approve a Bitcoin ETF, and we don't know if they will, maybe they will, maybe they won't. We'll see what happens, but I think one of it could get approved. I think the VanEck, which is a physically backed ETF as well, could get approved, and fingers crossed. And in conjunction with all the other launches, like the Bakkt, which is very close to it, could spark a bull run. But we'll have to wait and see. Now we also have news of Nasdaq will be launching Bitcoin futures. They didn't give a specific date. They just said Q1 of 2019. This was, of course, reported by CNBC. So Nasdaq's product joins a growing list of Bitcoin derivatives coming to the market in the first quarter of 2019. So there you have it. They are teaming up with VanEck to launch Bitcoin futures. So that is scheduled to happen. And this is the Nasdaq we're talking about here. So as you can see, a lot of launches scheduled for 2019. Fidelity, we know Fidelity's crypto trading service will launch early 2019. They didn't give specifics as far as a date, but it could happen in Q1 or Q2. And of course, we have information about that. Fidelity Digital Assets will launch in early 2019 with the support of Bitcoin and Ethereum, and will offer over-the-counter trade execution and order routing. Functionality for independent registered investment advisors is on the roadmap for next year as well. So we have Fidelity Digital Assets. So that's going live as well. We also have Eris X. Now, Eris X will be launching in Q2 of 2019. So maybe, let's see, maybe April, May, or June, one of those months. But of course, they are backed by TD Ameritrade, and most recently, Fidelity invested in them as well. So here we got some news here. Just recently, they hired one of these top guys as far as a trader in his trading career. So one of the top guys with a lot of experience. And I just want to confirm here. I'm trying to show you guys the facts where, this is confirmed as far as the potential launch times and so forth. And let's see if I can find it here. I saw it earlier. Okay, here we go. Backed by a range of large trading firms such as DRW and TD Ameritrade, as well as crypto specialists such as Consensus, Eris X aims to launch spot trading in Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and Ethereum by Q2 2019. So that is confirmed. Now, this is one that, after doing some research, I found it, but it kind of slipped under the radar. FICE, First Islamic Crypto Exchange, launching in July 2019. So it's in compliance with Sharia law. So let me give you guys the details here. The First Islamic Crypto Exchange is expected to officially launch in July 2019. The projected volume of daily trading on FICE is $146 million and a monthly turnover of $4.4 billion by 2020. A lot of money in the Middle East, a lot of Islamic countries, right? And they're getting something in order that, whatever fits within the principles of Sharia law, which I don't know anything about, but, all I'm concerned about here is that they're getting in the market, that region, those are specific countries, and the money, the oil money and different types of money is going to flow through the exchange. So this is set, guys. So we got some major things coming up. And the next one we spoke about just recently. Solaris Bank and Börse Stuttgart are launching an exchange. Now, Börse Stuttgart, which is the second largest crypto exchange in Germany, if you recall, they built out the Bison app, but it hasn't launched yet. There's been some delays, but as far as the exchange, they said the first half of 2019. I'm saying most likely Q2. So this was the news just from a couple of days ago. They're going beyond the app, and they are going to launch a full-on crypto exchange. So Germany's second largest stock exchange, Börse Stuttgart Group, is set to launch a crypto trading platform in the first half of 2019. So do you see what's happening here? I'm sharing facts. I'm not making this up. I'm not pulling stuff and pulling theories and any type of riddles or something. These are cold, hard facts here. I'm sharing with you because as an investor, you should be well-researched. Knowledge is power here. So you want to have knowledge of what's coming, be prepared, get ready. Now, as I've said before, can we with 100% certainty say, well, these things will lead to a bull run? No. We can make some educated guess because it's no longer about, oh, we're going to launch. The news of people getting in the market has not, obviously we saw TD Ameritrade Fidelity has not sparked a bull run. But could the actual launches spark a bull run? Meaning it's tangible, right? Meaning that, yes, it is officially live. Sure, that could launch it, guys. But at the end of the day, we have to wait and see. But we have facts and we have some dates and things to hold on to here and to keep an eye on. Now, moving on, SIX, which owns the Switzerland Stock Exchange, is looking to launch crypto trading and custody service by mid-2019. So obviously by, I'm assuming, end of Q2 by June. So SIX to launch a full end-to-end fully integrated digital asset service settlement and custody service. And it says here, following an agile approach to meet the needs of today's dynamic environment, the first services will be rolled out by mid-2019. So you see what's happening here. We have stock exchanges involved, banks involved, major players, Wall Street. I mean, the NASDAQ, come on. This is big time. So that's huge. And then, of course, we have Ripple with its XRP product. Brad Garlinghouse said one bank by the end of this year and dozens next year. So why is this important? Is it because I'm a big fan of Ripple? No, but because this is going to be the first crypto on this level or this level of scale, or this size where adoption's taking place, right? I mean, sure, you have Bitcoin being used by, Overstock.com accepts Bitcoin. Okay, that's great, but that's not a huge adoption or utility. Banks leveraging a crypto and multiple banks, dozens, as he said, using XRapid, which leverages XRP, will be big. And I can imagine the news surrounding that and, of course, some hype and so forth. So this is on another level. And, of course, here's the article, right, with Brad himself on video. You guys can go read it. Ripple CEO says dozens of banks will use its cryptocurrency product in 2019. And of course, we know he said one by the end of this year. So it's in the works, guys. And these are, potential catalysts, and in combination could do some great things. And it looks like a lot of it, guys, is scheduled for the first half of 2019. So really, we don't have to wait that long. And I'm hoping things go according to plan and nothing gets delayed. But these are real businesses and companies. Things could go south, but I'm optimistic, and I think there's a lot of them set. So even if one or two don't go according to plan, there's still a lot of other major launches taking place here, and I'm excited. I'm so happy to be an early adopter, a pioneer in this new asset class, this new market. And we see the government is on board. They're going to regulate it. They're going to make sure it's up to par with the laws and regulations and standards. And the big money, of course, as I just showed you here, stock exchanges, banks, Wall Street giants, corporate giants getting involved here. This is what you want to see as an investor, especially being this is a new market. We're in the infancy stages. And if you're here, count yourself lucky. I know the price doesn't reflect this news that's coming, but we got to be patient. It will eventually have to catch up to the news here. But like I said, I think the hype phase has died down because last year was all about hype and speculation. And then we saw a major correction and a lot of people got burned. But I think once the utility kicks in, and that's why I'm so bullish on Ripple, XRP here, because of the utility on a massive scale, it cannot be ignored. This will be picked up by financial news, your CNBC Fast Money, and so forth, especially when we have these brand name banks globally going live on this thing. I mean, that's just going to be big. And I think, the launch of Bakkt and Eris X and Fidelity will be big as well because, as I've said before, they're not in this for fun. They're not in this for a hobby. They are putting their money, millions of dollars and resources into this because it is the start of a new asset class and market, and they are looking to make money. Make no mistake about it. They are in this for money. No other reason. They are in it for money. They have their investors and so forth, and they have their account. A lot of these companies are public. They have their stockholders to account to, their board members. So this is no joke. You and I, we may invest money that we're willing to lose, but these companies have goals to meet, financial goals, right? Quarterly and annual goals and all of that, and of course their stockholders. So this is no joke what they're doing here, and big things are ahead, guys. So like I said, I'm going to put this in a blog post on my site. I'll put a link in the description so you guys can go and view this in person here, as well as I'll put the links to all the references of the dates and so forth, so you have it and you can maybe share it with people who are interested as to what's coming in 2019 with the market. But this is all facts, guys. I didn't make any of this up. I'm showing you where it was all quoted. Now to wrap things up here, like I said, there wasn't too many news items, but Ripple XRP has been added to EO Finance. Now it's possible to buy XRP with your credit and debit cards. You can exchange number of cryptos to XRP and back. XRP transfers were added as well. So continued adoption of XRP here. Let's see. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about those of you who have headphones on. So, yeah, like I said, guys, continued adoption here. And I think 2019 is bright, guys. I think the future is bright here. Fingers crossed that everything goes according to plan. But I'm holding strong. I'm buying the dips personally. This is not financial investment advice. I'm not telling you to go buy. I'm just telling you what I'm doing because I see the writing on the wall. I want to be on the side of the big money and the moves they're making. Sure, I don't have the money they have, but whatever little investment I can make to build out my portfolio, I'm doing that because I see what the big money is doing. Now, obviously, I'm only investing what I'm willing to lose. Keep that in mind. You should only invest what you're willing to lose, because if you're investing your life savings, that's not smart. Not smart at all. Only invest what you're willing to lose, so you don't lose sleep at night. You're comfortable that obviously the market's in the infancy stages. It's gonna grow, but as with any investment, there comes a risk. So you have to keep these things in mind and these principles in mind. So guys, what do you think about this? Some big things ahead. I think we could certainly see the start of a bull run. I'm not sure which item would be the catalyst, but certainly major items. And like I said, it has to go back up because these companies have to make a return on their investment. They have to start showing a profit. Like I said, they have stockholders to answer to. They have financial goals they have to meet, right? If they dumped millions into this and they're losing money, that's not good, but we know what's coming. We see the SEC, we see Congress making moves, and I'm excited. I wish it was 2019 already. Well, I shouldn't say that. I think the holidays are coming up. It'd be good to take a break from crypto and just get ready for 2019. So guys, what do you think? Leave your thoughts and comments below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And if you found this video helpful, please share with your family and friends and those who are interested in learning about crypto. So thank you guys for your support, and I'll talk to you all later.